Hi Virgo, this is your reading for July, August, September for 2020. I hope you're doing well. We're doing a nice little sneak peek into each of these months and I hope you're ready. I hope you like today's setup. Some of my flowers were just slowly, coming to an end. They're just a little bit some of the leaves are a little bit dead. So I thought, we would make a really beautiful setup with these, and I hope you enjoy this reading as well at the same time. Hope it gives you lots of information and clarity in regards to the months coming up. So and of course, for those of you that have birthdays in August and September, happy birthday in advance, of course. I myself also have a birthday in September too. I am a Virgo sun. So we're going to have a look, but this is for Sun, Moon, Rising and Venus signs. So, I just want you to know that you can look at your other sign readings as well and gather more information accordingly as you would like to. Now, if you'd like to win a free reading with me, do check out the description box below, since I do a giveaway every single month. If you'd like to purchase a private paid reading, information will also be down below as well. They're done within 24 to 48 hours. And the last thing I do want to mention is that my intention bracelets are on Etsy. There's also intention cards which are hand embroidered, which you can put under your wallet, your pillow, in your wallet, under your pillow or in your purse. So this one here is the Evil Eye intention bracelet. There's so many different ones on there for different areas of your life, and if you want to see how other people have seen results of them, do check out my Etsy store. Everything is listed down below, and international shipping on everything. So that is pretty much that. So let's get started. So first we're going to start with July. Okay, I'm going to pull 4 cards and a stone, which has a message on it for July. We'll do the same for August and then also for September. This is like a little preview look into things, so we're going to see what's coming through. Alright, so let's have a little look and a little see. First of all, for August. Okay. Alright, well, your first card here is the Moon. Alright, so let's just see what else is coming through. The 2 cards just fell on the floor. These cards are super slippery. Like, they definitely slide around a lot, and they're quite thin. Like, you can see also that there are like super thin cards, so they do slide around. So I'm just going to grab those because they fell on the floor. Okay, so we've got the 7 of Wands. We've got one right here, the Magician, and you've got the 4 of Pentacles, which just flew a little bit more. Okay, so July here is quite interesting because I really feel that there is this sense of you really taking care of yourself. This is also a month where I feel like you will start to feel a little bit better towards the end of the month. That's not to say that the beginning portion is going to be terrible. I'm just saying that you may have some challenges come your way at the beginning portion because of the Mercury retrograde. So the Mercury retrograde actually starts in June. It happens from the 18th of June to the 12th of July. So you see that overlap as well for the Mercury retrograde up until the 12th of July. Magician is ruled by Mercury, hence the impact of the retrograde. You can feel it quite significantly. We do have other retrogrades, but I feel like Mercury is the main one for you to really, have in your vision. Having your vision. It's the main one that really affects you here in July. So the thing is that the retrograde can affect travel, technology and communication. So before you travel, just do some checks, make sure, for example, if the roads are clear or if flights are still, not delayed and things like that. I think that's really important, trains, buses, etc., roads, things like that I think are good to just, check, double check, make sure. And also in terms of communication, if you're sending a text message, just proofread it, make sure, that it's also going to the right person, things like that. If you're taking down someone's number, just double check that you've got the right digits. If you are writing down a reference number or you're emailing someone, so things like that I think are quite important. It's just important to double check. Otherwise, you may feel like, oh my God, I kind of have to try again, or I have to do, some reversing just to make sure that it's right. So the main thing here that you're going to be dealing with really in July is the effect of the Mercury retrograde, but do not be scared of the retrogrades, right? We've gone through so many in our lifetime, and I just feel here that, you know, the second portion or the second half of July is so much better. So you've got a month of two sides, a month that is, you know, quite heavy with the retrograde, and you may feel like, you know, your devices maybe are not working, Wi-Fi cuts out, things like that. And then the second half, things are so much more smoother because Mercury goes direct, right? So it shows here challenges, but nothing that you can't overcome, right? Because the Seven of Wands here shows those struggles, of course, with the retrograde, but it also shows you moving past those. We do have other retrogrades, but they're not as potent because the planets are much further away, and we'll feel those effects, you know, consistently over time, but not packing a punch like the Mercury retrograde. And by July, Venus retrograde is over and done with. So I just want you to know that, okay, you will get through this, and it's not that bad in all honesty. You know, it's just about double checking and making sure of things, keeping your eyes peeled as well. That's the best thing you can do. I see here you taking care of yourself and your own personal energy, and the moon also shows that, you know, you may feel emotional at times, also with the full moon in July, so it's just something to be aware of. I feel like with tarot, once you're aware of things, it's almost like, you know, if you come across it, you're like, oh, okay, you know, I can deal with this. Whilst, you know, if you're just kind of going through it and then you come across, you know, a challenge, it can be more frustrating, basically. So you're just, I guess, more self-aware in that sense. And I think that in that case, it's something that you can really deal with emotionally as well. And the moon here does show that you may just feel very heightened in terms of your emotions in July, but I also see here you feeling quite comfortable with yourself and taking care of yourself, which I think is quite important. Don't forget to rest and take care of yourself, you know, and your core self, you know. So that's the main energy that I'm seeing here for July. So that's what we've got there. I'm just going to also grab a stone, and let's see what the message here is. I'm just going to turn it around. Let's see what message we have. Oh my gosh, I am so sorry. Actually, do you know what? I feel like this one is probably just the one that's meant to come out. I am so sorry if you're wearing headphones. Things like this do happen, and I really do apologize. Okay, so the one here is dream, which I think is quite interesting here because you may feel, again, extremely heightened. You may see a lot of signs and synchronicities. I feel like the retrograde is also just, you know, can be warping things around you and making it seem like, oh, you know, what's happening here, what's happening there. I would also pay attention to your dreams and see what your dreams are also telling you as well. You may also feel and find that things that are happening around you in July are also coming through in your dreams. So if you're excessively thinking about something through the day, you may also find that that also reflects in your subconscious and your dreams. So that's quite interesting here, but that's what I'm seeing. All right, so that is your message. I feel like that message just had to come out, and it came out with a bang. It was like, Moonlight, you're supposed to be picking me, you know. It's one of those energies. It's like, I am your stone for July, you know, Virgo. Like, okay, so now let's move on to August. I do apologise. I know that was probably super, super loud. I hope that didn't scare anyone. So now we go to August. Now, interestingly enough, in August, we do have Leo season as well. So the fact that the Strength card has come through is quite symbolic in many ways. I think it's actually really beautiful. This shows you feeling so much stronger during this time. And also, we've got the King of Pentacles, Page of Cups, the Chariot. Okay, so let's actually get the stone as well. Focus. All right, that's a very interesting message that we have right there. Focus. So I see you gaining and feeling a lot more strength within yourself. This is also about taming any fears that you have. For those of you that, you know, just get really, really anxious, which I can totally understand. I am a Virgo sun, like, you know, I can relate. Okay, if, especially, you know, with Virgos, it is something that is quite very, very heavy. Whether you're a sun, moon, rising, or a Venus sign, you know, I can understand that. But the thing is, you know, at times, you know, everyone will feel a little bit anxious at times with certain things, and it's a very normal thing. But you may feel quite anxious, okay, throughout the course of July with everything that we talked about, but here in August I see much more of an improvement where you feel calmer, you feel stronger. It's almost like, you know, you feel like you can tame your fears and you just feel much better as well. So you feel stronger here in August, which is really, really nice. I like this, right? And the King of Pentacles here is you just feeling so much better in your own personal energy, feeling like you can achieve what you set out to achieve. The Page of Cups here shows you manifesting opportunities, going towards things that you really want to go towards. The Chariot here shows forward movement, progression, growth. The Chariot also shows here this beautiful symbolic energy with the two Sphinx representing yin and yang, which also showcases just a lot of mutual harmony, balance, growth. You feeling so much emotionally satisfied here in August. You're going to feel emotionally and mentally so much better than you have in July and even the months before July as well. Okay, so there's much more focus, there's much more relief, you know, because sometimes when we feel emotionally like all over the place, our focus can be so all over the place, and there's not really much focus in that sense, right? And when we feel so much stronger, we feel better, we feel emotionally just a little bit more clear, our focus is so much better, right? And that's what I'm seeing. Your focus gets you to a better place within your own energy where you feel strong, you feel confident, you feel, you know, alive in many ways, and that's really quite significant in many ways. So that's the King of Pentacles really coming through, and I think it's such a beautiful, beautiful energy because that is you as a Virgo, whether you're male or female. I read energies in tarot, not specifically genders, but you can see that's just such a strong and significant energy. And with the Page of Cups as well, it just shows that if you have a dream, you have a goal, you have the ability to really manifest that here also in August, which I think is quite significant. And then also the Chariot here shows movement. I also feel like there's some form of travel here for you. So the Chariot here is showing travel, but it's also showing travel that does not have too many disruptions and things like that. So, you know, the good thing here is by the time we get into August, the Mercury retrograde is also going to be over. And the Mercury retrograde, interestingly enough, from June to July actually happens in the sign of Cancer, and the Chariot here is ruled by Cancer. So it shows that you have, you know, a better travel, better trip here in August, and that's what it's coming through as. So yeah, if you were thinking about like when the best time is to travel, best time really is to travel when there's no Mercury retrograde. But yeah, it shows here much smoother, much better travel, and you're feeling so much better, and there's this sense of focus as you progress forward as well. So here in August, there's just this really strong energy of you feeling so good within your own personal self, and just feeling, you know, like you're uplifted, you feel again focused, driven, passionate about things, and you just have this goal, you know. So now let's go to September and see what's coming through. September. Wow, oh my god. Sorry, I know it's a bit dramatic to say, but oh my goodness, look at this. Ace of Swords. I mean, I didn't even see it, I just flipped it over, right? Ace of Swords. We've got here the Queen of Pentacles. This is what made me go, wow. Look at this energy. Whew, September is a good month for you, Virgo. Look at this Two of Cups. The Emperor. Oh my goodness. So whether you're single, you're with someone, you know, you're in a committed relationship, whatever you are in, love-wise or not in, I see here for you strong love in September. All right, I see here something that is so mutual, so beautiful, so uplifting, someone that is so loving and kind and caring and sharing and really just truly there for you. This is a beautiful, beautiful connection that is divinely led, that is fated by the universe. I just see here strong love for you in September. Now, for some of you, this really does depend on the kind of connection you're in. For some of you, this is when you're going to meet the one for you. For others of you, this is about commitment. This is about even perhaps a proposal. This can also be marriage as well. I know that seems so open and so wide in terms of its spectrum when I'm trying to describe this to you, but that's truly because when I look at these energies, I really do feel very, very significantly that obviously it's a general reading, so there's just so much happening across the board, and I see here love, all right? I see here commitment, and that's going to vary from person to person, of course, but I just want to say that I do see that. Emperor here shows you moving. Your life is progressing. It's getting to a point where you just feel like, wow, there's so much growth, there's so much movement. You know, it's a real difference from July to September, where September is just this month of bloom and growth and happiness and feeling like that, you know, Virgo energy is really supporting you in so many ways. The Queen of Pentacles, I mean, you've got the King and the Queen here, right? So there's some significant growth and development here in regards to love. There's, you know, attraction and commitment and fulfillment and joy and just you feeling so, so happy in your own personal energy and also with someone else as well. And the Ace of Swords here is about so much more direction, especially in terms of career. You're going to feel like you have direction. You feel like you know where it's going. You also feel like you know where this love relationship is also going. You feel like there is movement. You know where everything is going, essentially. And the stone for you is, I feel like I always need to do this on camera just so that you can also sort of see, okay, is trust. Oh my goodness, what a beautiful, beautiful message. You know, trust in your path, especially when you look at, you know, July. It can be sort of, you know, hard and it can feel chaotic at times, but just trust that, you know, your path is really going to open up for you and that there is some really, really beautiful things coming your way. Trust, trust, trust that you are on the right path in your life because something beautiful is really going to manifest and progress here. I think that's so, so beautiful. So Virgo, this is your reading. If this resonates with you, let me know in the comment section below. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. Do check out the description box below for information on all the information I mentioned at the beginning for private paid readings, free reading giveaway, my Etsy store, and do take care as well.